This week's movie is 3 Days to Kill. 3 Days to Kill is the Kevin Costner movie in which he plays a killer for the CIA who collapses after having a cancer attack. I didn't even know cancer attacks were a thing, but in this movie, apparently they are. Um, After waking up in the hospital, he is retired by the CIA with a brief thank you and sent on his way. He then decides to spend what little time he has left with his estranged wife and daughter who are living in Paris. But when he gets to Paris, it turns out that there may be an experimental cure for his cancer, uh, which, like all experimental cures, comes in a giant, and I mean giant, syringe because it wouldn't work in a normal size syringe that like regular doctors have. It has to be a big giant syringe. Um, and he can only get the cure if he finishes the mission that he was on when he had his cancer attack, killing the film's so-called villain, the wolf. Okay, so of course he's going to do this because who wouldn't want to live? Um, Kevin Costner's okay in the movie. He doesn't give a bad performance. But his character isn't that memorable. It's the sort of character that Liam Neeson has been stuck playing in the last few years. The kind of I'm such a super badass, but I'm also a family man. That guy, yeah. So that's who Kevin Costner is in this film, and he's okay, and the character's all right, but you're not really gonna remember it. Your villain, as I said, is the Wolf, who is a German expatriate arms dealer who now spends his time uh, selling nuclear weapons to terrorists. And he is about to sell a dirty bomb, which is why they have to get to him right away. He is supremely unmemorable, especially given the fact that he's got maybe three lines in the movie. The movie really isn't about taking him out. It really, he's almost got nothing to do with it. The mentor character, such as it is, well, Kevin Costner's handler for the CIA is this woman who seems to think that she's a femme fatale, but really nobody else does. And she dresses kind of like, if you remember Sin City, when Jessica Alba was playing the stripper in Sin City, yeah, she dresses like she's trying to look like Jessica Alba as a stripper, in Sin City, and she actually is dressed like she thinks the movie's in black and white. It is weird, and she plays the femme fatale thing so freaking over the top that it doesn't fit the rest of the movie because nobody else is that cartoony in what they're doing. And she also thinks that she's some kind of a seductress and she's trying to seduce Kevin Costner, and it's just embarrassing. And it's like, even Kevin Costner is like, look, just stop. And you will be too. Wow, it's so off, and off putting. Uh, Also, Kevin Costner has his wife and daughter who are constant reminders of both why he retired and what went wrong in the marriage and the fatherhood in the first place. Um, Also, for some moral fiber in the film, you also have the random family of squatters that are now living in Kevin Costner's Paris apartment. They're there mainly so that Kevin Costner has someone to demonstrate that he's growing more human and humane, because, demonstrating that with his own family is not enough. He has to do it with another family as well. I don't know why, but he does. Um, for allies, you have the Jessica Alba stripper girl. She's there. She does some. She's there for reasons of banter, which totally fall flat. Just, it's just, she's weird in every scene that she's in. It's just bizarre how cartoony she is. Um, and there's a limo driver that is actually one of the bad guys that sort of kind of helps Kevin Costner out, but he helps him out because he's also a father of a teenage daughter, and that's actually what he helps Kevin Costner with. Yeah, I don't know. Your enemies. or obstacles. Well, Kevin Costner has to juggle the wife, the daughter, the illness, the job of trying to hunt down and find the wolf so he can kill him, and the wolf's accomplices, most notably the albino, because there's always an albino. And this albino isn't actually an albino. He's not even particularly pale. He's a Caucasian gentleman who they basically just shaved off his hair and his eyebrows so that he looks weird, but he actually isn't pale at all. In fact, the wolf is actually paler than the albino, which is kind of defeats the purpose of calling him an albino. Yeah. The upside of the film is that the acting is okay. It's okay, just okay. And the action is okay. It's the action is relatively enjoyable. The movie also tries very hard to be deep and emotional and so forth. It fails, but it tries. The downside is that the movie is really, really dumb. There are way too many things going on. You really did not need that family of squatters at all. And where the film tries to be funny, it fails miserably. The humor just doesn't work at all, and it's bad. Ultimately, this film is a two, and it's only a two because I like some of the action sequences, and that's it. The movie is just a dumb, dumb, dumb attempt at an action film. 2 stars.